Nevertheless, I'm hella fresh, rolling joints like a cigarette. So pass it across the table like ping pong. I'm gone, beating my chest like King Kong. In zone, wrap my lips around the 40. And when it comes to getting another stogie, fools all kick in like Shinobi. Know me, ain't no homie to begin with. It's too many hands to beat. Papa let that my friend hit.
Okay, guys, we got Cam Hildreth and Andrew Carter. Open up for any questions.
Guys, at a certain point, you trailed by as much as 9, and then it felt like the switch flipped at a certain point in the second half. When do you feel like that happened, and how did you get it done?
Let me get it. Sure. Hey, man, I think, I think we did a really good job of just trying to stay within ourselves and not get too panicked out there. We've been trying to find our identity, knowing we're coming into these games. We know we need to be the tougher team. We need to win the rebounding battle, and that our offense will feed off of that. And I think we're going to be a tough team to beat, and we're going to win a lot of basketball games if we're able to continue to do those things. And so, we weren't discouraged after being down at halftime or anything like that. I thought we played pretty well. Just got to fix some things in the first half, and we came out in the second half. We were able to do that, and our offense, certainly flowed after that.
Cam, in the second half, getting to the foul line was really important for the team, especially you. Was there a moment when was there a collective realization that there was a necessity to get to the line more? Or?
I think one of the biggest things is, we always try and play aggressive. We always try, get in the paint and make the right reads. We were in the bonus pretty early, so we were like, let's not settle for no shots. Just keep driving to the basket. And then, they kept fouling, and then, we work on free throws. So we just got to make them down their 3 points, and, they helped us down the stretch. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess for both of you guys, I just realized Steve Forbes hasn't lost a non-conference game, at home since he's been the coach here. And it seemed like the crowd might have actually had an impact late in the game. Students really turned out.
Sure.
What did it feel like out there, and did you all feel like the crowd and the atmosphere made an impact tonight?
Our fans are great. They definitely turned us up, especially the student section tonight. Defo shout out to those guys. But yeah, that's what, being home is about. You have everyone there supporting you no matter what. And, when you're on the road and the other team goes on a run and you're coming in a timeout, it's like, oh, everyone's getting into it, but it's now reversed. So, the fans are great. They really kept us going, and then we were able to increase the lead.
Yeah, I agree. I think, we really appreciate all the fans coming out, and hope to continue to grow here and have a big turnout, especially next Wednesday, another big game for us. But basketball is a game of runs, and so trying to limit their runs is going to happen. They're going to score couple times in a row, but it's going to be how you respond. And I think at home it's definitely a little bit easier just with the crowd. They definitely make an impact on those types of runs. As we're going on runs, maybe extend a couple more points than it normally would necessarily. So we appreciate it.
Their rebounding numbers are off the chart. They were top 5 in the country in offensive rebound percentage. It was 34-33 for you guys, but how important was it to hold your own inside and kind of negate their advantage there?
Yeah. We knew that was the game coming into it. That's one of their best ways of playing offense is, shoot it and everybody crash. And it's definitely a way that you can play the game. And so they coming into this, we had a long week and a half of the bubble up there. Coach Forbes was loving that thing and coming off of Charleston. And, I definitely knew where we needed to get better. Tough games in the offensive rebounding categories against LSU as well as Towson. So, we knew we needed to get better in that area, and credit to Zach and Matt and coming out and getting a lot of rebounds. But then also, big part of it was the guards, making a concerted effort to rebound down and really help us out and getting rebounds. So.
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned on Friday after the Charleston Southern game about showing your identity more. And do you feel like the identity was shown more so tonight than it has been in other games?
Yeah, definitely. Like Andrew said, that's something we've been working on all week. Like I said last week as well. Coach Forbes made it really important to us, and he made it a real big statement that, we need to come together and realize who we are as a team. And then when we do these things, like what good of a team we really can be, and we showed that tonight. It's just little things, just like, playing hard, smart together, gritty, grimy toughness, rebounding with 2 hands, executing, all this other stuff. And it's just like, we do all those things, we're a very hard team to beat because offense comes. I mean, you guys have seen that, like, offense is going to come for us. We never really have to, like, worry too much that as long as we start on the defensive end, that's where everything starts. And then, we can make our run from there.
One for each of you. Andrew, what's the best Forbes story you can tell us from being on the road in the bubble?
I mean, I'm just talking about the rebounding bubble. So
Gotcha.
I'm talking about, like, he's loving trying to get us out on there as fast as possible, throw it up there and say, go fight and go get this, test our toughness in practice. So, that's one of his favorite things.
And Cam, when you guys get completely healthy, when Damari returns, just how dangerous do you think this backcourt can be, seeing what you and Hunter have already done?
Yeah, I mean, you guys all know what Damari is capable of, stretching the floor, one of the main things, which then allows, like myself, Boopy, Hunter, Parker, Aaron, all those guys to come in and drive. But yeah, I'm really excited for when Damari can come back because he's going to help us a lot. But yeah, I'm really excited for this team. I think we can really do something special if we just continue on this path of doing the right things.
For either of you guys, a lot of other people made shots, but I think 2 of the biggest shots were Parker's 3 from in front of Steve, and then Matthew's like 22-footer with 1 foot behind the line and 1 foot in front.
Matty eyes.
What were the reactions from you guys on those 2 shots?
I mean, they're big shots, and Coach always says you get what you deserve, and so I think we, with a lot of hard work and effort, I did all those little things. You're bound to make a couple of those in a basketball game. So
yeah, we work on that every day. 2-minute shooting.
Yeah, so it was good. Credit to them for stepping up and making those shots, big time shots.
I mean, he joins us in the 2-minute shooting drill we do. It's like we shoot threes, and he's in it every day. So
he's been working on it.
I mean, there's no getting around it. Those early non-con losses, Georgia, Utah, LSU, close, but tough losses. How big is it tonight to kind of change the tide of things, to fight back and get a huge win like that?
Yeah, I mean, like we already said, it's about our identity we've been working on, who we are. And, I'm just proud of everyone on the team. We did everything we needed to do. We never gave up. We're a hard-working team. We fight hard, and we got a great win tonight. And, we learn from our mistakes each game that we play. So.
Anybody else? All right, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Really, really proud of our team. Beat a really good team tonight. Florida's got a really nice team. They're going to win a lot of games. They got a chance to play in the NCAA tournament, and so it'll end up being a really good win. I thought it was an identity win. It was interesting. The ESPN guys asked me before it's Richard Hendricks, great player at Alabama. I coached against him. Hey, what's your team's identity? I said, that's a good question because I haven't been very happy with it about where we were at with that. I said, but I want teams, if you don't ever see us play and you watch us play on TV tonight, I want people to think that we play hard, smart together and that we share the ball and that we're really gritty, grimy, and tough on defense and we rebound with 2 hands and we execute. And no matter what we do or what we run, if we do those things, we got a great chance to win. And I thought was an identity win tonight. I thought we did all those things, all 5 of them. We checked all 5 of those boxes. There was 3 big areas that I was concerned about coming into the game. Number 1 was defensive transition. They're really good in transition. They're very up tempo, and I thought we did a great job in defensive transition, not giving up easy baskets. Offensive rebounds. They're 3rd or 4th, and they average like 18 offensive rebounds a game. We held them to 7. That's gritty, grimy, tough, and that's grabbing the ball with 2 hands. I thought Matt Marsh, Zach Keller did a great job in there, blocking out, grabbing rebounds. We got 9 rebounds out of our 5s. And I thought we did a really good job of playing from home base. And what does that mean? Our guards, they cannot drive the ball down the lane, down those elbows, or I call them drive boxes. They shoot 56% from two. We held them to 44% from two. And they're one of the most efficient offenses in the country like we are. They come in averaging 1.14 points per game, points per possession. We held them 0.92. I didn't think we finished the half very well in the middle 8. Got careless with the ball at the end of the half. Didn't start out good second half. Called timeout and settled them down and came right back out. Not only did we score, but we got stops, and that was huge. We turned them over 10 times in the second half, and then offensively, you know, we got to the point. We got to the paint. We're 22 of 41 from two, and I thought we did a great job of sharing the ball. You know, and Hunter carried us there for a little bit. Andrew, but it's a team game. Boopy made some plays. You know, Cam, they all did. You know, and so real proud of them. Hunter made a big three. Had some good strips and rips in there. Moves the ball. Just a good team win.
Coach, you mentioned that this was an identity win. When did you feel like that identity really started to come out?
Well, you know, I thought, you know, Essex, I thought at the beginning of the game, you know, like we didn't come out and have that, you know, get up about 10-8 and then fall asleep for 5 possessions like we did against Charleston Southern. All of a sudden we're down 10. You know, we didn't have that lapse. A little bit at the end of the first half, but some of it was we just were a little careless with the ball. I thought it was more like turnovers. And then Cam took a very ill-advised shot. We should have ran the clock out, and he's going 100 miles an hour. You got to know time to score. And we're all yelling over there, you know, last shot. And then, you know, we came out in the second half. We scored, I think, and then they popped us, you know, but we didn't lay down. You know, we'd never lay down, but we fought back. And so I would say probably at that timeout, you know, at the end when I called timeout about the 16-minute mark, I didn't wait for the media. And I said, hey, man, this is it now. We can't – got to fight back, got to punch them back, got to come back. You know, you got to get stops. You got to score, but you got to get stops. Hunter made a shot. Then we started getting some more stops. So probably then.
And then you mentioned getting to the paint in the second half. Also only 4 3-point attempts, getting to the line a lot as well.
Right.
Do you feel like that was a lot of getting back to what kind of works for the offense?
Yeah, you know, I think you take what they give you. I think we're really good at that on offense. I think, like we knew tonight, you know, we were going to be able to drive kick. Now we were able to drive and get fouled too, okay? And our guards are physical. They played physical. They played through contact. Listen, they put a lot of pressure on us in the half court. They were trying to, you know, strip and rip. They're athletic. They're big. I thought our guards did, especially in the second half, did a lot better job of handling the physicality of the game. And so, yeah, I thought they did a good job of that.
Hey, Steve, I'm not trying to jinx you, but I think you're still undefeated in non-conference play at Joe Coliseum.
Oh.
Did you feel like the crowd had an impact,
Yeah.
especially the students tonight? It seemed like
Yeah,
at
it was a
the
great
end it was a
crowd.
good atmosphere.
Students were awesome. You know, I always those are the first people I see when I come out the tunnel. You know, and it was I felt their energy, the building. You know, hopefully people will continue to come and support these guys because listen, they fight, man. They fight. They don't always play perfect. I don't coach perfect, but they fight and they represent. You know, and can't ask for much more than that. And, again, it was a great, you know, Florida's a good team. Florida's got a good basketball team. Todd does a good job, and they're a handful to prepare for because they do a lot of different things. I'll tell you this, defensively, too. You know, we blitzed – we heard them blitzing the ball screens, trapping ball screens on the sides. We trapped Kugel a couple times when he got going. We trapped the post. We did a lot of things that I thought we got the game plan into the game defensively. I thought that was good.
You understand how important getting wins this time of year might be when the end of the year arrives.
Yeah.
How important are you willing to say a win like this is?
I mean, Josh, I think it's important. I do, and I'm not. I mean, and listen, tough losses to Georgia on the road by 3. Tough loss to Utah. I think Utah's a really good basketball team. They would be right on par probably with Florida. I don't think Georgia and LSU are probably on that level. And so part of the hard part to me about saying, okay, is this a good win or not? Okay, here's the problem. How are they going to finish? How's their team going to play the rest of the year? I don't know. I don't coach them. And I go back to my second year here. We didn't have a non-conference my first year. So this is really only my third non-conference here, okay? And we beat a team that went to the Elite Eight, Oregon State, with 4 starters back in the first round in Florida. And they had a terrible year. Northwestern came in here with 1 loss. They were playing well. They got guys playing at Duke and Carolina and they didn't play well. So I don't know. I do think Florida will play well the rest of the year. I think they're that good. I think Utah will. I don't know about those other 2. I don't know. So we'll see.
Follow on that, though. You can focus on your team and the growth that it has.
Yeah.
When you guys start to get healthier, specifically with Damari, what's possible with this backcourt? What do you envision?
I think we can be really good. I said that from day one. Obviously, we know for sure at some point, we get Damari, and he'll add another weapon offensively that can really shoot the ball. And listen, Hunter and Boopy and Cam can drive the ball, right? I mean, let's just be honest. They're good at it. What's going to happen when Damari's standing out there and they got to stand right in front of him? It's going to open up the floor even more. Because if they don't, he's going to make threes. Trust me. They'll stand there. And so, I'm excited. But I don't know when that's going to happen. And I don't make excuses. I mean, we just keep plugging. And what I will tell you is this. When we got back from Charleston, we had some tough practices. They probably told you. And I have been hard on them. And it's hard because we've been hurt. We do, I'm worried about injuries, but we can't get no better if we don't go hard. And so we put that bubble up and went at it. We started holding people accountable to box out and all those things, and we got to continue to do it. Just one game, But I'll give them credit for getting better in practice over the last couple of weeks.
During that back half of the second half, when you guys were starting to sustain runs, it felt like you were after scoring, getting those big stops on defense. Bearing down on defense was a big thing, it seemed like tonight.
That was the whole key to the game, bud. In my opinion, I still think we're going to score. You know what I mean? At some point, I just think we string stops, and I don't have the kill sheet, but I know we had a lot of them. And when you get 3 stops in a row, that's deadly. And I was really proud of that. And then get the rebound. See, that's the other thing. We've had some pretty good first shot defense, but it does no good if you don't get the rebound, right? And what happens normally when we don't? Kick out 3. We do it to teams too. This team can, we'll get better, and we'll get better and better as we go. Playing some guys that haven't played a lot. Zach didn't play much last year. Parker didn't play at all. Marcus didn't play a lot tonight. He didn't play. Boopy didn't play last year. He played 4 games. No excuses. These are our guys. But I do think they have a ceiling that they have not reached yet, and that's a good thing.
And then after a game like tonight, do you have to think about maybe bringing out the gold jerseys a little bit more?
They liked them. They were excited when they saw them. Yeah, they look good. I don't know. I'm not into all of that, but that was a good win. So I guess we'll break them out again.
Real quick, related to kills, you were able to get one right off the tip. How important was it to
Huge.
be able to get that defensive stop so early?
Send a message right now. We're here. We're here defensively. Whatever happens on offense happens, but we're going to guard you, right? And it's got to happen physically too. And I think we played a lot more physical tonight without fouling. That's another thing. They get to the line a ton. They got there 19 times, only missed 4. We were 20 for 29, and that's really, that's not good for us, really. We're 80s, pretty close, right? 69, left some points on the board, but that's a reflection, to be honest, man. That's who I am. I've always had teams that could guard, man, and get after people, and hopefully they're starting to find that identity with that. All right. Thank you, guys.